Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome everybody. So let's take a look again on euro currency. Well, in general, recent activity is not very fast, as you can see. The market mostly is calling around the same area. And I think that the major thing that, seems important to us is performance of the dollar index. As we mentioned in our weekly report, although on euro currency you can't see it, but recall the picture of the dollar index. We have two grabbers actually. First one was on Friday, most recent was yesterday, and both of them suggest the taking out of this stop. Since we have very strong resistance area here, is a weekly or monthly confidence resistance level, hardly we will get a straightforward breakout. It's more probable that we will get some kind of the wash and greens here, and maybe some different performance in nearest time. Particularly speaking, we're watching for maybe some more or less extended reaction on the current support area, and on euro currency supposedly is just like the anticipation, some kind of the approximation maybe. We consider this possible head and shoulders. We are not talking that definitely will happen in particular this pattern, but at least as market holds accurately 1618 extension, it's very typical for the head and shoulders pattern. And based on the performance that we see here, it's very probable that it might start forming. So that's speaking of what we could say about the big pattern to be formed. On the way to the big pattern, we also could get a lot of minor trading setups. In particular speaking, as we said previously, the first one that we will keep an eye on is a daily bread and butter sell. So for example, we have the thrusting down, and the first bounce up, reaching with some significant resistance, we consider taking the short position with the minor pullback, because here we could get the bread and butter sell, stop, and that would be the first step on the way up. That's what we consider on the daily chart. But first, we should be patient, sit on the hands, and wait when the market will renew the lows here, or on the dollar index when it will renew the highs. So maybe here's even some butterfly could be formed. So we remember we already talked about this. Here's, for example, minor butterfly pattern might be formed. This leads to taking out of this stop. So on the lower time frame, on the follow time frame chart, here's definitely we can't say that this is reversal. This type of action is absolutely typical for retracement, sideways, gradual action, lots of hyper spike. It mostly reminds the flag consolidation, and it definitely has the features of the retracement. That supports an idea of the possible another drop. Besides, on the way up here is very small retracement market has hit. It's just approximately 30%, 50% with the most recent drop, with this more rather extended standing here. As you can see, market stands below the 50% for, lots of candles. It's more than the thrust itself, which tells that market is not very strong. So here's again, we're just watching for a reaching of the XOP. On the lower time frame, it seems that we still could get another pattern. So take a look at the hourly chart. We also could consider for taking maybe a long position on an initial completion or something of that sort. So it seems that market is building the three drive. So it's first drive, second stands at 127 of the first, third should be in the combination of the 1618 of the first drive and 127 of the second. It's typical classical ratio combination for a three drive pattern. So if you're a scalp trader, you trade on intraday charts, you could use either the dollar index grabbers for position taking, or you could focus, for instance, here on the three drive if you would like to take the short position. Well, on some pullback here with the target around the same 15 area, 1513, to be more precise on the current level. As you could consider scalp short trade. It is possible. For others who trade on the daily high time frames, it would be better to sit on the hands, wait the completion of the free drive, and then maybe we'll consider long entry in this point or at least based on the price action around it, on the dollar index, on the euro currency, if we even will not take the position immediately, I mean long position here, we definitely consider the bread and butter, as I said, on the daily chart. So that's approximately what we are waiting for. You can see, despite that in general current price action stands boring across the board, so whatever currency you will take, and euro currency, on the cable, on some other majors, well, except maybe Japanese yen, it shows extreme rally. So overall performance stands not very strong, and euro currency is not an exception. So, but still, even with this a bit boring price action, we could recognize some patterns that give us an idea for possible trading, as on the high time frames, on the intraday charts. So depending on your trading style, what you're like more, so you could consider these ones that we just discussed.